Gotta relax.
This is Earth Radio. And now here's human music.
Human music. I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it. Gotta relax.
This is Earth Radio. And now here's human music.
Human music. I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it.
Hello, ladies and gentlefish! Welcome! It is the 21st of September. We're tired. It's been a long day. I didn't sleep very well last night, actually. That's probably the biggest issue here. But it's Wednesday, and that means we are doing art stuff, art streaming. And specifically for September, I was supposed to be doing this much, much earlier, which is why we're doing a speed run now. But the idea is, we do Drawtober every year, or Inktober, or some variation thereof. I think we're doing Stream Ink this year. But we're unfortunately away for October, which means I won't be able to, like, post and stream my nice, finished, polished works. You can see the art, it's right there. It says art stream with pretty brush and pen cog. How you doing, by the way? But blub 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 blub.
Makes perfect sense to me.
Blub 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 blub.
I'm sorry, do you have a redemption
Blub.
to make you speak in blub?
Blub blub. Blub blub blub. Blub 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 blub. Blub blub. Blub 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 blub. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, the minute's up. Perfect. So, yes, this stream is sponsored by Lizzie Bell.
Hi!
And she's there in the background,
I'm
being
dying. I got a
tired
migraine.
and sick and...
I just have a migraine.
I am also tired and potentially sick as well. What I was saying was, for those who don't speak blub blub, yeah, so we're doing Stream Inc. I'm going to be away for the vast majority of October, so I can't guarantee that I'll be able to post things. I'm going to try and do a something every day, but we'll see how we do. But instead, what I've decided is that we're going to speed run through Drawtober now, so that I can then post them later on the actual day. So that we'll have some nice digital art, we'll have some nice pieces to post. So we are working our way through. We've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pieces. We're about to do our 8th right now. Oh, I can delete this. Did I cross off my lemon? I did cross off my lemon. What's that? That's our bucket. Yeah, so this is essentially what we're doing. We're going through this list here. The ones that have been blacked out are the ones we've already done. So we've done whole, potion, milkshake, mycelium, lemon, collection, and floating. Which I can show off in a second. And we're currently working on number 10, bouquet, or bucket, as I prefer. Why are you sick? I am sick. I don't know why, actually.
Dying's not allowed. You can't stop
Yeah,
sickness.
I could be sick. I'm not allowed to die. Those are two different things.
Yeah, what is wrong with you, though?
I don't know.
Like, symptomatically?
I am sneezing a lot. I'm a little bit
Oh, so you've got a cold.
headachy. And I did, well, the other thing is I didn't sleep pretty much at all last night. Like, I was up until...
Why?
5:30? I don't know, I just couldn't sleep. Well, it's mostly Henry. And it was hot. Therapy. Lots of things wrong with me, therapy. Hey, go to the dentist. But also, yes.
Both of you seek appropriate medical care.
Yes. Alright, so let's show off what we've done so far for everybody. So we have milkshake to begin with. We did this one on an earlier stream, which was, I think it was last week's stream actually, which is number 8. Then we did potion, number 7, which we also did on last week's stream, which I think turned out really well. I'm really happy with that one. Then we did collection. We started this one, but we didn't color it. So I've colored it now, and I think it looks really good. I'm very happy with it. Then we have mycelium. Again, started it on the other stream, but didn't finish coloring it in. I can see some bits where I'm going to have to go in and just fix up some of the background, but I'm very happy with that. That looks great. Then we did floating. I did this off stream, but I think it looks really good, and I'm happy with it. There's nothing that I need to change on that one. Then I've got Whole, which I really like as well. I did this one off stream too. There might be some slight blending and touching up I might do with the sky, but otherwise that's really good. And then I did yesterday this Lemon, which I think looks pretty good. And then we started on Bouquet. So we're gonna continue on from here. Hey, Bobby Pants, how you doing? Oh, Lemon. Yep.
Hi, Bobby.
Hi, Babs. Oh, Babs, here. You should see. I don't know if you caught this one, but milkshake. Just because I think you'd like this. And then also the one that I think you'll like even more. You're good. She says hello, Lizabelle. Potion. Yeah, the colors are really good on the milkshake. I really like that. I think this potion is going to end up as someone's tattoo. I don't know who, but like... Yes, milkshake brings all the boys to the yard. Damn right. It's better than yard. It's better than yard work. Or something. Yours clearly. Yeah, well, potentially. It's going to be someone's. Alright, so we're going to continue working on this bucket. Bucket. And then we'll move on to the next one. Let us know in the chat what you think we should call this. Because we've in the title down below or above or wherever it happens to be. I put a couple of suggestions because it's not Drawtober because we're not doing it in October. So then I said, well, maybe it's Drawtember, but that doesn't quite work either because it's not for September that we're doing it. And we're trying to speed run it, so then I said like Speedtober, Speedtember, and then I started sort of merging them together and getting a bit silly. So let me know, let me know what you think, and we'll try and come up with a name for this challenge that I'm doing. We are currently doing Stream Inc.'s prompts. If you are keen to check it out. They have an Instagram where that is posted, and the whole time through October, a bunch of awesome streamers on Twitch will be streaming their versions of each of the prompts. So check it out if you are interested in that kind of thing. Yeah, got to figure out a name. How are we? I'm very tired and dying a little. Lizzie Bell is very tired and potentially sick. She's got a migraine.
I have a migraine. It's just a migraine.
You say that.
I'm pretty sure it's just a migraine.
There you go. I am tired and potentially sick as well. But other than that, good. I had a good day setting up for our Hostara. Which we did a bit of our celebrating today, and then the celestial date will be on Friday, on the 23rd, for anybody who is that way inclined. One of the GTA Online tats you can get is a face that comes up to the elbow portion of the arm. It doesn't look right. Fair enough. There's a few of those tats that look weird, I think is probably the nicest way of putting it. You're sorry to both of me. That's alright. We're both hurting all over. Not really. Mel's hurting head, and I'm hurting head and just tiredness. So, but the show must go on. I've got to speed run this because we're going away. So I can't leave it not finished. Otherwise, I will have failed. I will have failed in my task. So we're struggling to get this done. Hydrate, thank you very much. The Moon Fez. I don't know what that's in. I don't know what that's in relation to. Moon Fez. Moon phases. Or is there a flower here that that I have drawn that I don't know the name of? Oh, Moon Festival, yeah. Yep. It's Ostara, the coming of Easter, coming of spring and the dawn. Very exciting for us pagans. Mooncakes. I didn't have mooncakes. We made honey cake though, and fry bread. Some pretty good fry bread, gotta say. Lizzie Bell made the mix for the fry bread, and I fried it up. She'd make it a while ago. What was it, 2 years ago? 3 years ago?
It would have been 2019.
2019, there you go.
And then it was just packaged in an airtight bag.
Yeah, it had just been packaged for ages.
It's dried mix.
Yeah, and then we fried it up today. It was actually really good. I mean, it's on the bag. You just grab the bag out.
Does the recipe? I think the bag just has the added wet ingredients. I don't think it had the full recipe.
Yeah, maybe not.
It was just what to add when we get.
That's fair. What legends we are. Yeah, we have to make more. For sure. Well, I make honey cake every high day, which is good. I enjoy that. Bit of bacon. Get that honey. I also went to the shop today and bought 2 liters worth of honey because I'm gonna do some more mead fermenting. And the guy at the shop just looked at me like, "What the fuck do I need 2 liters worth of honey for?" They're just judging me. I know, right?
Honey's important.
Yeah. Especially if you're making alcohol from it. My famous mead.
Famous?
I don't know how famous it is. I mean, there's quite a few people who know that I make it. So I guess that
How long
kind
does
of...
something have to be before it's considered famous?
That's a good question.
Like, are you famous because people know your art? Like...
So I guess the question would be is like how many people have to know and how far does that like knowledge have to reach?
Technically, people all over the world have read my poetry.
Well, people all over the world have my art,
Yeah,
have seen
exactly.
it, exhibited in
But I
places.
would not consider myself a famous writer.
I call myself a famous artist, but that's just because I'm being wanky and it's funny.
You could be wanky.
Yeah.
Yes, but would you consider yourself a famous artist? 'Cause that's what I said.
Probably not. I think it would be a fair stretch to say that I was famous as an artist.
So,
I would say well known. I would say internationally known, but I wouldn't say famous
so
necessarily.
back to the question then.
What does it take to be?
Yeah. When does that distinction happen? When do you become famous? Is it when you're well known as you rather than just your work?
So I would say it's when someone you don't know, like have no connection to, and by this definition, technically I would actually be famous. So maybe that's why I've chosen this definition. But the definition I would give for being famous is someone entirely outside of your circle recognizes you because of the thing you're famous for. So, someone you're not friends with, or isn't friends with one of your friends, comes up to you and goes, hey, I know you from X, or are you the one who does X? And if they have no, like, connection to you necessarily, then that would be my consideration of, like, fame. Because you could...
very externalized, though, as in, like, a lot of external factors would go into someone potentially coming up to you. I feel like that's a pretty narrow definition of fame, just because, like, that's not necessarily always going to be a thing that happens even to people who are really well known in their field.
True. However, my thinking would be is, like, in a situation, if someone knows you outside of your circle because of your thing, like they have heard of you prior to ever meeting you because of the thing that you're, quote, famous for, that's what makes you famous, is that other people have heard you outside of your circle purely because of the thing you do. But yeah, there is a like, it has to be a something that, in my definition, it would have to be a something that that people are likely to A, have heard of you for, and then B, like, be in a situation where they can come up to you and be like, hey, did you, like, are you the person who did this? Are you the person who wrote this book? Are you the person who made this poetry? Are you the person who made this artwork?
Important to note, especially for things like writing and art, people won't necessarily know your face as well.
Yes.
Like, a lot of people could know your work and know your name, but not know what you look like.
Yes, but that's what I mean by it being, like, famous and not just, like, you know, exhibited or known, is that they would then have seen enough of it, or seen enough of you, or seen enough of your name, that when it comes up in conversation, then they instantly link the two things together. That's...
I mean, by both you and Cog's definition, apparently, you count as famous.
What's Cog's definition?
Even more broad. Super broad.
So Barbie says, fair point about knowing you through your work, like strangers you know. Yeah. Weird thing for you. Just to find it as multiple people you're known by a fair few folk, and therefore you're considered famous to a degree. See, the problem with that is, like, you could be known by 20 or 30 people in a very small community where everybody kind of already knows each other. So you could be like, I'm famous amongst my friends. That is not really famous. It's not fame, necessarily. Which is why I have the caveat of, like, it has to be someone outside of your... It has to be, like, people outside of your circle. Because then the whole point of it is that your notoriety, or your, like, whatever it is that you're famous for, has spread far enough outside of your circles that a complete stranger knows of you purely by whatever it is that happens to make you famous.
Yeah, Cog, I agree. It comes from what you're well known for, not just from people knowing about you as a person.
He once went out years ago, and this girl you knew saw her boyfriend and recognized him without ever having meeting him in real life at a bookstore. You obviously had no idea it was a strange moment, because she posted about him so much. Fame comes from the thing you're well known for, yeah. So if you're famous for making mead, you're famous. See, I don't know if that definition is like famous. For me, famous has to be like outside of your community, outside of people you know. Alright, it's a different definition of fame, I guess. Mine's more...
You tend to have high standards for yourself, so it's unsurprising that you
Yeah.
have high standards for what counts as famous.
That makes sense.
But, yeah, I would say that friends of friends and, like, acquaintances don't necessarily
Hello
count
there.
towards fame, but people
Hello
who
there. Famous to
don't know
me.
you or
Aw.
people you know probably do count.
Yeah. So for example, I wouldn't consider myself famous because people at Bar Century knew that I made art and I had a bunch of art at Bar Century, and therefore there were lots of people there, like hundreds of people who knew me because of my art there. I wouldn't have considered that famous because it's all people I knew and had interacted with prior to. And then they knew me because of my art. They knew my art. They knew me because they happened to be friends with me, or they happened to be, like, drinking in the same bar with me repeatedly. However, I was making artwork in a bar in London, and a girl came up to me an Australian girl came up to me and was like, I noticed you're making these wire things. Are you the person who made wire spiders and wire flowers and left them on the bus in Sydney? And I was like, yes. She's like, I have had this wire flower for 2 years
Oh my god.
and had no idea what it was or who made it or where it was from. And now I can put a face to this random
See,
thing.
because of this specific story, I would say that you actually are famous.
So,
For your own definition.
and that's it. So that's why I'm saying, like, it's kind of self-serving for me to say this is the specific definition I have, because it kind of does make me famous a little. But
I mean, a lot of people know your work, and a lot of people have seen your art.
yeah. And I would say that that's why my definition is that way, because it's not just my friends and the people I know or friends of my friends. It's like people entirely out of my circle who have found me via my art, who know me because of my art first and then meet me. But again, then you have the issue of like the like someone could be famous and no one ever meets them. Like it could be anonymous artworks or anonymous poetry or whatever, and the poetry gets, you know, millions of views, but the artist never reveals their name or their face. You know, would they still be considered famous? Their work is definitely famous. Are they famous because of it? It's a lower level of fame, but it's still fame by the official definition.
So the official definition is known by many people. Hog is right about that.
Okay.
However, what counts as many people?
Well, yeah, that would be my next question. Like, if the definition is many, what's many, and what's the threshold there? Because, like, then you could argue that like a lot of people are famous for like relatively nothing. Are some people famous just because they have a lot of friends? There's definitely people who are famous for nothing. Or arguably nothing, in quotation marks. Like the dude who had 1 million people at his Facebook event. Yeah. Speaking of ridiculous famous people, Corey, that dropkick who had a house party that like ended up trashing his entire street. Wonder what he's doing these days. Just a sort of idle curiosity.
As of last year...
As of last year, yeah.
Sorry, let me just read through the article quickly before I actually start speaking, I guess. There's a lot of scrolling. And a lot of waiting for the page to load.
Yeah, he was a special sort.
I feel like I looked this up last year for you guys. Like we've had this conversation.
We've had this exact conversation before. I don't think we've ever discussed fame before.
No, the
As a thing.
conversation about Corey Worthington.
Yeah. Corey Worthington, that's it. That's the guy you're talking about? You glad we're on the same page? Famous for dumb shit, yeah. Hey, there's my merch store. Ladies and gentlemen.
Apparently he's the owner and managing director of Not Sorry Entertainment.
Not Sorry
He
Entertainment.
competed on Ninja Warrior in 2018. He released a single.
Oh
He was on
no.
Big Brother.
He released a single.
Released a single.
Is it terrible?
I have no idea. I'm not...
You're not game enough?
I mean, he got married.
He got
Bali.
married. Oh. Are they still together? Does it say?
Yeah, apparently.
Oh, good on him.
That was really judgmental.
I'm just asking. I'm also judgmental, but I was just asking.
That's all I've gotten from this article.
Fair enough. Giving us all the dates, yeah. She's good like that.
I can research.
Lizzie Bell is a great researcher. She's
It's really easy to research.
she's good to have on your side.
Apparently he was raising money in 2020 for the bushfire relief for all of the orphan bushfires.
Oh, good on him.
Doing good things for the world.
Alright, I take it back. He's not a shit.
I mean, he was a shit when he was
As-
younger.
as
he was
much
young,
of a
but
shit then.
Yeah, so were a lot of us.
Oh, yeah.
So, like, people are allowed to have...
We did some
character.
awful things back in the day.
Speak for yourself.
No, we all did.
What awful things did I do?
I don't know, actually.
I was a massive nerd.
You were a massive nerd.
I went to school. I studied. I fangirled over the Beatles.
You did. You're adorable. The banter. People can change. Yeah. We need to know her secrets. Alright, apparently your secrets are being requested, Lizzie Bell.
My childhood secrets?
Yeah.
My youth secrets?
What youth secrets do you hold? You don't actually have to.
No, I'm genuinely trying to think of anything bad I did when I was a teenager.
Mine's a very long list.
Yeah.
Too long to count. A lot of things I didn't end up getting in trouble for as well, because
My secret favorite
smart.
color is not a secret. What's my favorite color?
Your favorite color is purple.
It is.
Yes, got it right.
I didn't even drink until I was over 18.
Which is ridiculous.
I didn't have my first kiss until I was over 18. And out of school.
What different lives we have led. How did we end up as...
Well, I'm a very different person to who I was, whereas you're about the same.
Yeah, right, fair enough.
I think you matured a bit and I mellowed out a bit.
This is all being done in our youth. Secret favorite color. Sniffing pens? Who sniffs pens? Barbie, do you need to tell us something? Mellow yellow? Yeah.
Can't think of
It's a
anything
good
that's
song.
done I did. I'm sorry. Sorry to disappoint, Barbie.
How dare. People come here for entertainment, and you're letting the team down.
Is me being adorably naive and squeaky clean as a youth letting the team down, or is it just totally on brand for me?
It is entirely on brand for you, actually.
Taking out the rubbish was never my... I guess I didn't clean my room very well. I think that's the worst thing I did. I wasn't very good at cleaning my room, and that's never improved.
How?
Organising clothes is the worst thing ever.
That's why it's my job. House husband.
Taking out the trash was never my job, though.
It was my job. I always ended up having to take out the trash.
You still do.
Still do.
Both here and at your mum's place.
Sexism. How dare.
Excuse you.
How dare.
You're the house husband. Is that not a house husband's job?
Yeah, but even when I wasn't a house husband, it was still my job.
Yeah, but that's not sexism in this household, at least.
No. Throwing out the mail. Your hubby does the trash? Yeah. It's a common one. It's a dirty, yucky job, so it ends up usually falling to the men. Oh, speaking of throwing out the rubbish, my mum, just to entirely call her out here, my mum back in the day, and still to this day, has moments where she decides that she just needs to clean everything inside because she can't handle it.
Oh, I know where this story's going.
Which is entirely fair. However, in one of her mad cleaning frenzies one time, she threw out a whole bunch of letters that she thought weren't important anymore. What she didn't know was my dad had put into one of those envelopes the rent for the month. So she threw out nearly $800, and Dad had to go into the bin and try and fish it out. And we've never let her let it down since, so... That was a good one. Yeah, it was a good thing Dad noticed too, because like the very next day was bin day apparently, and so it would have just like been gone, and then that would have been it. They wouldn't have had the rent for that month, and they would have been in a lot of trouble. So luckily they managed to catch it in time. Yeah. Do you feel bad for not tuning in more regularly? You don't need to tune in regularly.
Even I rarely ever tune in regularly.
Yeah, tune in whenever you can. That's what this is all about. You don't have to feel bad about not being able to watch all the time. Due to workshop stuff? Yeah. Well, that's the problem. Like, we such busy lives at the moment. So you just can't. You just can't, like, do all the things all the time. I totally get it. Yeah, I've never begrudged people who, like, don't watch the channel. Because, like I posted on Facebook all the time, and I posted on the Discord and stuff. And there are a lot of people who are like, oh, you stream, that's awesome, I should check it out. And they've, like, literally never watched. And I kind of just think, like, that's fine. If it's not, like, for you, if it's not your kind of content, then, you know, makes perfect sense. But then also, people are just super busy. And I wouldn't expect anybody to, like, drop everything to watch 2 or 3 hours worth of me, like, talk shit and draw. Or play games. So, you know, I'm not ever upset about it. And it's kind of stuff I would already be doing anyway. So, I've tried to, as much as possible, keep the mindset of, like, this is it's a little bit of a job, but mostly it's just like, I would already be doing this, so I'm going to stream myself doing it. And if people like it and want to watch and want to subscribe, that's awesome. And if they don't, I won't take it personally. And that's sort of served me pretty well so far, I think. It also stops, I've seen a bit of, like, there's a weird sort of entitlement thing with some streamers where they're like, oh, I should be getting subscribers and I should be getting more viewers and I should be getting more of this and that. And I just think, you know, just, yeah, it sucks, but, like, just don't take it so seriously. And, you know, if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. And just be happy. But I'm fairly lucky because I've got, you know, Lizzie Bell supporting me, and then, and then also another job, so I can afford to not take it as seriously, I guess, is the counterpoint to that discussion. I am very lucky there. You so glad you can tonight? Yeah, I'm glad you're here too. Those are some awesome art streamers. Go and check them out if you like. Even if you don't have a life like you struggle to find time somehow. Yeah, that's it. Just like, where do you find like 2 hours to just watch a stream that you're not like already doing something else? And it doesn't help that I like have very specific stream times too. Like I really only stream in the evenings. Like on a weekday, so it's like it's very specific times, which doesn't help. But that's mostly my fault. You feel the same way. You invite people to things, but it's never forced. Yeah, I think that's the best. That's the best way to do it. We do want to try and come along to workshops and things. We're so far away. I really want to catch one of your workshops, or another one of your workshops, because that would be cool. It would be the coolest. So people need to chill out. Yeah. Making some time to watch tonight. Because you know that Wednesday is my art day. Yeah. Yeah. October. So that's the thing. I explained it at the start of the stream, but I'll kind of go into detail again now, just to explain what's happening. I'm away for basically the whole of October. Because of that, I'm not going to be able to do my usual Streamtober, Drawtober streams, which is disappointing. So what I'm doing at the moment is I'm speed running a prompt list now, so that in October I can just post them up, or schedule them to post up, so that I don't have to do anything, and they'll still, like, people will still get the steady stream of art during October. So hopefully that works out well. I'm currently working my way through now, so I've got how many of these done? Let's have a look. I think it was like 7 or 8. 6, 7, and this will be number 8. Yeah. So in 2 weeks I've managed to get... No, in a week I've managed to get 8 done. Which is not super fast now that I think about it. But I haven't been doing them every day, so. But the idea is I'll pump through as many as I can. And then I won't have to do them in October. But I will still be doing some drawing while I'm away, while I'm in Paris, France, and Iceland. And I'll be posting them on my Instagram. I might do a little bit of streaming when I'm there, but it probably won't be much. So unfortunately, there won't be as much streamy things during October. Come to workshop and do Melbourne. Yeah. Yes. Workshops in Melbourne. Absolutely. Do it. We'll come down for that. Do we get the Paris Museum Pass? No, we haven't. We should. Because you're right. That would be super useful. I just got to work out, like, when we're actually in Paris, so when it will be useful for, or how it works, I think is probably the more important thing. It's worth it. You can get entry to over 50 places. Cool. Check what's included. Will do. Yeah, I still have the link for it. I just haven't gotten around to having a look through, which is not bad. It's on the list. It's on the list of things to do. We've got 15 days until we fly out.
Oh god, really?
Yeah, it's 15 days.
Oh no, that's so soon. I need to pack. I need to figure out what I'm packing. Oh my god.
Yeah, I was surprised you didn't have a panic when Mum mentioned it earlier today.
I've been working too hard.
You have.
I haven't had time to think about anything else. Pretty sure my on-call sign is still up. At work and everything.
There you go. But yeah, so it's real soon. We're going real soon. Which is exciting. Good fun. I need to double check whether or not I booked the hire car in Iceland, because I don't think I have yet. And I probably should do that before we leave. Because I mean, it's Iceland. I don't think there'll be a lot of people hiring cars, but I'm not sure that there'll be a lot of cars to hire, which might potentially be the other side of that problem. Alright, let's have a look at this bucket. I think it's probably good enough. Oh, I can see some things that need fixing up over here. Just quickly. Get it digitally and keep it for later? Yeah. That's what I would probably do. Buy a beret in Paris. Yeah. I think probably a beret for both me and Mel. Mel already has a beret somewhere.
I didn't know where it was.
And I don't have a beret, but I probably should have a beret because it seems like a very me thing, doesn't it?
Actually, I own at least 2 berets, potentially 3.
You own 2
I
berets?
think I own 3.
Overkill much.
Well, one's pink and I never wear it. One's grey and I used to wear it all the time. I have no idea where it is. I should really get rid of the pink one, give it to someone who likes pink.
Call it blooms and buckets. It's bouquet and then in quotes bucket. Which if anybody gets that reference.
I get the reference. But we all already knew that.
Mm-hmm. That's the most touristy thing ever. Us buying berets together. That's pretty touristy.
It is pretty touristy.
Yeah, I'll give you that. Drink all the red wine, Bordeaux. Yeah. Well, we're going to Aix-en-Provence and Marseille, so there should be some good wine down there. Wine country, south of France. What has that done? Oh, did I copy a layer? That's what it is. Magic layer below. Cool. Alright, so that is bouquet bucket done. Number 10, bouquet. Julio. Touristy, but who cares? Exactly. Are we going to Moulin Rouge in Montmartre? I don't believe we are.
I don't think it's on our list.
I don't think it's on our list. We're going to. Let me bring up the itinerary. Nope, that's not the right one. Europe itinerary. That does not have any of the itinerary in it. Why does that not have the itinerary in it? I have all the things that we're doing in Iceland.
Oh,
But I don't have any of the things we're doing in
let me find you a
France.
item for you.
Thank you.
That was terribly, but I must be tired.
You must be tired, lover. So this is whole. This is lemon. Lemon. And this one is bouquet. Bouquet. We must go to the Louvre. We are thinking of going to La Louvre.
It's masculine. Pretty sure.
All right, we are going to We arrive in Aix-en-Provence
I just want you to know
on the
that
8th.
we only have we don't have we don't have anything for Paris. Paris is currently
Yeah. Yeah.
scheduled.
That was...
I was not aware of that.
Well, because you and me are going out and seeing Paris. Doing Paris together. You'd better. So we're going to Aix-en-Provence, then we're going to Cassis and doing a hike. Then we're having a rest day, then we're going to go to Nice or Cannes or Antibes. And then we're going to Marseille on the 13th. Then we have a rest day in Aix-en-Provence for Market Day. Then we're going to Arles on Avion. Then we're going to Le Mans and the Île-sur-la-Lorange. And then we train up to Paris. Then we go to Chantilly for the wedding. The wedding. Duel. The itinerary. So the itinerary. Let's get the itinerary up. Wear something sexy for the wedding? Yeah. I'm just gonna be in a thong. It's gonna be a bit cold. Alright. So, Iceland, we land on the 24th. We go to the hotel and then dinner. On the 25th, we're going to the Sky Lagoon for a 7-part ritual and bathing. Then we're going on the Northern Lights tour. On the 26th, we're going to be exploring Reykjavik and then doing another Northern Lights tour in the evening. On the Thursday, we're hiking to waterfalls and going to a hot spring bath. On Friday, we're going to drive around and have a look at the towns nearby Reykjavik, which will be very nice. And then on the Saturday, we're packing down and just sort of relaxing, and before we head out for a ridiculous 1 a.m. flight. Yes, you can't see the art cog. I have to pick an art thing that we're gonna do. Let's do book, just because it's easy. Which is what number? I think it's 2. Book is number 2. Yeah. A mankini. Just a sock. A sexy beret on my genitals and nothing else. Sounds good. A book with a pop-out Toon World Yu-Gi-Oh style. I mean, that's definitely an option. I was thinking like an arcane book with like something coming out of it, like summony, ritually type. Like my usual edgy shit. That also fits? Okay, good. I'm glad it fits the Barbie seal of approval. Very important. Hocus Pocus. Candle. Oh, see, what I could do is I could have the candle like floating above here. I need to move all of this down then if I'm going to do that. All right. Oh no, that's not what I wanted to do. And then there we go. Nope. Boop boop boop. Why is that not drawing? There we go. It's always a problem with the fucking marquee. Marquee tool. Bane of my existence. Not actually. Just causes trouble. Hydration! Thank you. A book of skin with a creepy eye. Yeah, we could do that. Thank you for the hydrate. Make sure you are looking after yourselves, ladies and gentlemen. Self-care is very important. Alright. So I've already done some ritualing and some divining to work out what our quests are while we're in Iceland. It's mostly just go and look at cool shit. Because, you know, what else are you going to do when you're in Iceland? Do I want quests? I mean, yeah, you can give us a quest if you want. I don't know if we'll be able to do it. We don't have a whole lot of time there, but we can plan to get some things done. My main quest goal at the moment is just to get Lizzie Bell to see the Northern Lights. Yeah. She hasn't seen it yet, so that's important.
I'm not planning on sniffing a pen while watching them, though. Mostly because it doesn't sound appealing at all.
Is this some weird, like, I don't know, euphemism for something? Is this some drug talk that I'm not aware of? Sniffing the pen, the Mary Jane, something. Licking the crocodile. Best part is she's taking it seriously. No, that's nothing to do with anything. Okay, good to know. I mean, I don't mind either way. I'm just confused and curious. I was considering doing some tattoo work today, but I don't know if I can really be bothered. I might do it tomorrow. You like the eye? And then we'll have this floating candle here. The book from Hocus Pocus in reverse. Bleeding Eye. You went to the art gallery today for some research. Taking a group of students there this week and next. Oh, exciting. Yeah, excursions to the art gallery are always fun. It was also a really good indicator, at least when I was teaching kids, for who was really paying attention to the stuff we were studying at the time. Because, you know, inevitably you'd only really go to the gallery if there was something on that was, like, linked to what you were doing. And so the kids who were, like, paying attention and understood were like, oh yeah, here's this thing that I've seen before, or here's this concept, like, visually in front of me, and they would, like, be interested by that or be talking about that. And then there'd be all the other kids who were just, like, wandering around aimlessly, just not caring about anything. Alright, let's put in some backing layer, make this a little sort of creamy colour. You saw an amazing William Blake satanic etching. Oh, interesting. Where was that? It's something you're spearheading at the private art school that you're teaching at. Some don't care at schools, yeah. That's it. There's a lot of kids who just, like, don't give a shit, or like, even, you know, people in higher up positions who just, like, don't care. And then there's lots of people who do. So, you know, balance, bits here and there. Can't expect them all to care. At the Gallery of New South Wales. Yes, send it through to me for shizzle. There's there's one I've seen which is like sculptures of demons. They're really cool. I think it's at the New South Wales galleries. I want to go and check that one out in person because I think that will be a good one. A good one to see. Ba, 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 ba. You're teaching about them, the Caroline Rothroll's demon sculptures. Yes! Yes. You rolled the whole thing on it. Awesome. Yeah, they're really cool. I feel like, realistically, they should have either made more to fill the space a little bit more, or, or, like, had them be, like, she should have made them slightly larger, just because, I don't know, it might just be because I've only really seen them in pictures, in like photographs, but I don't know, they lack the imposingness that I feel like they should have. As always, I have notes. Guess I'm just too used to telling off my my year 12 students about what they should be fixing for their major works. It's a small room that it's in. It's hard to tell. They are larger than you thought. Okay, cool. So it might not be as bad as I think it is then. Yeah, they seemed like they potentially like just weren't big enough, but if they are actually larger in person, then that would be awesome. That would be exactly the vibe I was hoping they would be. We've been teaching a lot of the younger years, the year 8s and year 7s, about like gargoyles and grotesques, and getting them to make little clay sculptures. And we have some fun, interesting discussions about chimeras as mythological creatures, and then also like the idea of like evil spirits in Christianity, and like demons and devils and stuff. So many of the kids are like, that doesn't seem very Christian. It's like, well, Christianity has a lot of paganism in it. If we're gonna be honest with ourselves. There's a lot of like folk spirituality mixed in. You sort of have to take everything with the grain of salt, or a nice heaping pile of it in most cases. It's great when we have those discussions though, because there'll be so many kids, like basically every single time we have the discussion, like there'll be 1 or 2 kids in the class who'll be like, "Oh, sir, like that's not Christianity. You don't know what you're talking about." I'm like, "No, I do. I'm like, I'm an art teacher. I studied for it, and I'm a religion teacher." And they're like, "Oh." And then they're confused as to why I'm both. And then inevitably I get in trouble for teaching the kids about paganism and things they're not supposed to know. They would love that. Quite fascinating. Yeah, there's so much paganism in it. The best is when kids think you're a dude. Yeah. That's a thing. That's a thing, and it's kind of ridiculous that it is a thing. Surprised so many of them that think that you're a boy just because you have short hair. It's so weird.
It happens in aged care too, just so you know.
Yeah.
Even though I have short hair.
Tell them that keeps you warm in winter. Hydrate, thank you very much. And we'll get right on that. Alright, let's check the vibe. Where's the vibe at? Vibe check. Hey, 75! I don't have to change anything. That's great. It was meant to be.
Congratulations.
Thank you. How do you check mine? You just type in exactly what I typed in. So exclamation mark, a vibe check. And it will come up. 96! Hey, hey, Bobby, vibin'. You got the vibe going. Some people kill for that much vibe. You gotta be careful when you're vibing that much though, because sometimes the batteries run out. Then you have to go and find more. Bob. Silly. There is my Instagram, ladies and gentlemen. I think it's probably been a little while since I posted anything there, if I'm honest. But all of my awesome art, all of my recent art is up there. I haven't been posting any of the stuff that I've been doing for Drawtober, obviously. So we're a little behind. I should set up like a posting schedule or something. Set up like a thing that I can like, you know, post a thing each day or some shit. I don't know. I feel like that's the thing I should be doing. Because I don't post nearly enough. So much vibing. Diagam is weird though. You miss so much of my work because of it. Yeah. Well, that's it. Like, Facebook at the moment is doing this stupid thing where it suggests things to you and then it's got fuck tons of ads. So every like second or third post is either a suggestion from a group you're not in already, or it's a fucking ad for something, which I hate. And then you have to specifically say whether or not you want to like see things from your friends more often, or see things from the groups you're in more often, which just shits me to no end. So you end up missing half of the things that your friends are doing. And then, to make matters worse, Instagram does a similar thing, though it's like stuff you've recently interacted with. So you end up like missing out on everybody's stuff just because the fucking algorithm doesn't want to show it to you. Bullshit. Bullshit. You've been trying to post a fair amount. You don't even have that many followers yet. I don't have that many followers, but I try and post as much as possible. Or at least I try and post fairly regularly so that, like, there's a stream of stuff. Do I see your stuff? Yes, I do see some things come up. I see a lot of the, like, the posts about, like, upcoming things. But I don't see a whole lot of your, like, art posts. I see a lot of like, hey, there's a workshop coming up, or there's a this coming up. I see a fair amount of that, which is good. That's stuff worth seeing. try and see my stuff. Yeah, I've been posting more of it at the moment about workshops, so that's good. Yeah. Yeah, I see that come up fairly often, which is good. And both on Instagram and on Facebook. So I see a lot of it on Facebook because we're pretty good, close friends. And then the stuff on Instagram just like comes up in the feed every now and then when I'm looking through, which is nice that it's definitely still there. All right, let's find a nice gold. That'll do for now. Have these like gold trim on the end, brassed corners. You haven't posted many of your art recently. It's interesting to talk about. Yeah. Yeah, all the algorithm thing is weird. It's frustrating, especially that like they don't tell you clearly how it works either. So like you kind of just have to guess with most of the shit. That's really frustrating. But what are you gonna do? All right, how's that looking? That's pretty good. That's pretty good so far. Hey, this stream is sponsored by Lizzie Bell. She's definitely human.
I am.
Can't even be a part of except online. The shows we're a part of, yeah. Thank you, fellow human. I should show Barbie the ad. Yeah, I'm almost out of drink. I'll finish my drink and then we'll run the ad. Hey, self-care, and there is also my merch store. Check out my merch store. Where is it? It'll be that way. There we go. Over there. Merch store. What color do we reckon for the eyes? Like an icy blue? Make it veiny? Yeah, yeah. Oh, I'm getting there. I'm getting there. We've got we gotta work our way up to that. Just make it fucking ripped, mate. Make it look like he's fucking popped a blood vessel or some shit. Just like the most bloodshot eyes. Which they would be if they, you know, your eyeball got ripped into a book. Alright, that's looking pretty good so far. I just want to clean up before we do anything else this, these pages on the outset. Aged pages. Yep. You're just excited. No, that's good. We want that. We like the excitement. We are very pro the excitement. See, I love that emote, but it just it's not clear enough. I really enjoy it, but it's just not clear enough, unfortunately, because no one else can really tell what it is unless you look at the name of it. But it's like, it's one of my favorite emotes. The wiggling mushroom, the bees, and then that one, the sheeple one, is they're like my top. When you know, you know. Yeah, see, exactly, that's it. But then people just don't know, which is disappointing. How's baby Tia? She is good. She's currently in bed, I think.
Yeah.
She's taking us off to bed? Yeah.
Henry, on the other hand, is in my lap.
Henry, who is a naughty boy, has basically been bugging her constantly.
He's fast asleep right now.
He is fast asleep right now.
Does Bobby know of the existence of Henry?
I don't know. Do you know about Henry? You should do. Basically, for those who don't know about Henry, Louis is next to you. Oh, very nice. Yeah, for those who don't know about Henry, he's a puppy that we are puppy sitting. Yes, Henry. There you go.
Long term.
Long term. Actually, I think when we were down for, what were we down for? Was it your birthday? Something. We were down for something.
While he was missing?
And it was while he was missing, and we were lamenting over the fact that he was missing, and kind of freaked out a little.
He was missing for 5 weeks.
Yeah, he was missing for fucking ever. And then we managed to find him, like, the week afterwards or something. And we were down again, and then we were like, oh yeah, he's back. He's a shit of a puppy. He's so naughty.
He is adorable and very loving, though.
So annoying.
But adorable and loving.
He is adorable and loving.
He's currently asleep in my lap.
He doesn't let you sleep.
But he sleeps well.
But he sleeps really well. He's just such a shit. But then you, like, can't feel bad about it, because, or at least it doesn't last very long, because then he's all fucking adorable and shit. It's very annoying. Louis had his jabs today. Oh, what a good boy. So naughty. Yeah, that Henry. He is just such a shit. Yeah, we're looking after him for one of Mel's work friends, because they don't have a place to look after him, unfortunately. They don't have the room to look after him. So we've got him until they are able to find a place where they can have him again. Being good puppy Samaritans. He had 2. 1 in the nose. A nasal thing. Jeez. They're lucky to have us? Yeah. It is very hard to find a sitter for, like, months. Near impossible. So, they are very lucky that we were available. And that we were willing. Because, like, even their own family were like, nah. Apparently. And, like, no judgment. Some people just can't, you know, don't have the space or don't have the energy. But if they couldn't, he was going to end up in the pound. And we couldn't have that. Oh, what's happened here then? Oh, fixed it. He's not sick at all, just boosters and top-ups. Okay, that's good. You would have no idea what to do? Yeah. Well, that's it. Like, if your, you know, your landlord or whatever comes in and says, hey, you know, you can't have a dog. Because that's actually one of the main reasons we ended up getting this place. We were staying in another place in Blaney, and they wanted to put up the rent, which was ridiculous. And then we were like, you know, fuck this. And then they specifically said, also, you can't have the dog. You can have the dog, but you can't have the dog indoors. And then also, it's going to cost you more to have the dog. And we were like, no, this is bullshit. Like, there's no way we're putting up with this. And we luckily happened to come into a windfall of some money. And then this place was super cheap.
For good reasons.
For good reasons. And also just because it's the town we're in, that, like, it's a really cheap area. So then we managed to be able to afford to put down a deposit, and the bank was kind enough to, after a lot of back and forth, was kind enough to give us the go-ahead. We ended up with our own property, which is amazing. I seriously never thought that I'd be, like, owning my own home. I thought, like, maybe one day. But I was expecting when I was, like, fucking 50 or something. And had, like, saved up a fuck ton of money. Because, like, Sydney prices are just fucking ridiculous. I thought there was absolutely no way that was happening. But no, I was wrong. It just took moving out to the country. And falling in love with an amazing woman. Yeah, it was bullshit. Good that we can have Tia, absolutely. Well, that's it. We're like we were never going to give her up, so we would have kept like moving and trying to find a place until we could have. And like worst case scenario, we would have probably moved back to, or at least I would have moved back to Sydney. With Mum, so that I could look after her, because there's no way we were going to give her up.
That would have been tragic.
It would have been tragic.
Go back to living by myself, and that would have been sad.
And it would have been entirely by yourself, because no Tia either.
Yeah.
You have different goals at the moment? That's fair. What are your goals at the moment? Are you not house hunting currently? I know you're trying to get your art scene off the ground, and you're doing very well, I must say. I'm very impressed. Did it? Save the work, thank you. There's no way with your babies, yeah. Not house hunting, but building a business, yeah. That's what I thought. Which is awesome. Very impressive. Okay, let's get rid of some of this shit here. You want to have your own studio? Absolutely. For sure. Some weird ad for Dragon Ball watches, and now you're back. All good. Yeah, if I could, honestly, I would disable the ads, but I know that they would still run. They'd still run regardless, because Twitch is like that. And then they would make money off it, and I wouldn't, which would be ridiculous, because if we're going to have it on there, I might as well make something of it. But it is annoying. Olgie. So you're building a business. Very good, very good. And that's going well so far, it seems. Or is there more to the business than has gotten off the ground at the moment? Because I know you want to own your own studio and run your own classes and stuff. You're working with a few different companies. It has. Good. I'm glad. Alright, I'm just gonna... Whoop. There we go. Building a connection with them. Very cool. Stretch. Calls you business bobs. That's great. Stretch, hydrate, and a posture check. Okay, well I will take this moment to go to the toilet quickly. So we're going to quickly run an ad while I do so and refill my drink. So bear with us, ladies and gentlemen. We will be back shortly. New from Bardist & Co. Tired of getting sick? Feeling depressed? Do you fear COVID-19 and the 5Gs? Buy one of our rocks today. Delicious and sourced from your local sidewalk. We deliver it straight to you or possibly your neighbor's door.
I used to be in chronic pain all the time. fatigued. I mean, I could barely function. Doctors suggested having breakfast and going for a walk, but even that didn't help. So I tried this new Bartist & Co. product called Rocks, and all my troubles just disappeared. I definitely recommend it.
Yes, that's right. Licking our rocks will cure all ailments. Don't waste your time with modern medicine or drugs. 100% no money back guarantee. You too could lick rocks. Buy today. Do, do, do. You need the 5G? It does not cure dumb people, unfortunately. It does cure erectile dysfunction. This is true. That's our ad. Where were we? What were we? The season. Oh, great blasphemy. I'm almost out of vodka. How terrible is that? I'm very unhappy about the situation, I'll be honest. Gonna have to nip to the shop tomorrow, pick some up. Oh. I've got my emergency rations only. Of alcohol.
You out of alcohol?
Yeah. I've got mead. I've got a fair bit of mead.
Do you like whiskey and coke?
I prefer a notter, but I can.
Prefer not.
I can.
I mean, you could just not drink.
This is true. I could just not drink. It is a possibility. But is that really what I want to do with my life?
Just tonight.
Are you drinking while sick after telling you that you weren't allowed to drink cider yesterday? Yes, that is exactly what I'm doing. School. Yeah, you can't send me anything because they don't do delivery in our area. You'd have to like get it shipped to us with a courier, and they do that, but it takes for fucking ever, and I'd still have to pick it up from the post office, so because they won't deliver to the house. So in the end, I might as well just go and pick it up myself. How did I wax my drinking horn? I didn't. It came pre-waxed. I have not waxed it since. I probably should, but I have not. So I don't know. But it shouldn't be too difficult to wax. You just get a food safe wax and chuck her in there. Still need to do yours so you can actually drink from yours? Okay, yeah. You can get, like, food-safe waxes from Bunnings, and I don't know if that's the ones they use, but they're there. I'd Google it, if I were you. But I need to re-wax mine, because I've had it for a little while, and I've washed it quite a lot of times, and that can damage the wax lining. And the resin, so it's starting to peel at the tops, which is not great. I've added more things to the art stream playlist. And I think I've done a pretty good job of picking the music so far. It's fairly unintrusive, which is good, but it's nice, like, little bop-along music, which I like. There's some good electro swing bangers on there, and then the rest of it's all just like really chill vibes, which is good. Some chill jazzy type mixes. You saw complaints, and you did a YouTube thing. But we'll relook into it, yeah. I guess I have to go for it. Yeah, good music, good vibes. Hey, listen. I'm listening. How many points is that? 300. I should probably, you just wanted to press it. No, that's fair. I should probably turn it down though, because a lot of people use it as a like, hey, you're not reading the chat. Not all the time, but like, I've had it come up a couple of times previously where I've been engrossed in the art or the gaming, and have forgotten to like check chat for a minute. And so it's important. It's important that that not be too expensive. I should potentially put it on a cooldown just so that people don't spam it constantly. But yeah, it's but it's useful. It's also just quality. 300. It could get annoying for me. Yeah, I don't think it's bad that it's 300, but like maybe it should be a little bit less, and then I'll just put like a cooldown on it so that like I can only do it like once every minute or something. But also I don't mind the sound alerts. I think they're funny. So if people want to spam them, they can spam them. It's only really other people who will get annoyed, not me. That is the wrong angle. Ugh. Quit fucking it up. Spam away. There we go.
Hello there.
Will it come up?
Where are you?
Where are you? Ah. Blink 182. Solid. Can't go wrong. Old school kind of emo. Oh, I'm vubbing. What am I vubbing about? Ah, nothing important. Never mind. Also a great album. Nirvana, fuck yeah. Always been partial to a bit of grunge. If they can play their instruments, I'm not sure I'm interested. Heart-shaped box? Yeah. Lithium was always my favorite. I was bonding with the postie today over Foo Fighters. I was going to collect my packages and waiting, and then I usually just kind of dance to the music in my head wherever I am. But Foo Fighters was playing over the PA in the background, and so I was dancing along, and then noticed that it was Foo Fighters, and she was like, "Hey, Foo Fighters, you're a fan," and I'm like, "Oh, I didn't even realize I was dancing to it." But I was like, "Yeah." And then we like had a whole long chat about the Foo Fighters. It's very weird. You don't even see your postie. See, we wouldn't see our posties either, except our Tia decided that she was going to jump through a fucking glass window to try and get them, and then accidentally, in quotes. But then, because of that, the postie now won't deliver to our door, and so whenever we get packages, we have to like go into the post office to pick them up, and so now they all know us. Yeah, me specific. Well, they know you. They know you as well, though.
Less so.
Less so. But like, I walk in and they're like, "Oh, packages," and then immediately they're already going to get it without like actually waiting for me to reply. Just automatically know what address I live at. They automatically know what my name is to put into the system. It's ridiculous. I mean, I guess it's a good thing because like. They definitely know us, so they're not going to give our packages to the wrong person or anything, but...
Our dog is famous, I think, is the outcome.
Yes. Infamy. Our dog is infamous. She's also adorable. And kind of terrifying. But not to us, thankfully. We just think she's adorable. And she'd also fit into my version of famous as well, because there's posties who have never met Tia,
who know not to come to our house.
who know not to come to our house because of Tia. Your neighbor is scared of Louis? But Louie's like a tiny, adorable dog. What the hell? For those who don't know, Louis is a French bulldog. He's tiny and adorable. He's a Frenchie, isn't he? I'm getting that right. I'm not confused. Is he pure Frenchie or is he Frenchie and something else? She once saw him near the lifts and went back into her house. Yeah, he's a Frenchie. Okay, cool. I'm not misremembering then. I haven't gone crazy yet. Pure Frenchie. Okay, cool. Cute, cute, cute. Well done, thank you. Slightly patronizing, but appreciated. And he's very healthy too. That's good. Yeah, that's often the trouble with pure breeds, isn't it? That they often have like extra issues that you have to look out for. So we had a lot of issues with our Cavaliers because they like they have enlarged hearts and they have like soft palate issues and all that kind of stuff. So if he doesn't have any of that, that's awesome. That's very lucky. Vet said he has great teeth and good skin. That's awesome. You're very thankful. He had surgery. Okay. To fix those things up. What a good boy. Yeah, we got 2 King Charles Spaniels, and both of them were defective. we loved them to death. They were the best dogs, by miles. But they were just entirely defective as pets. One of them had like trouble with her skull and just like her entire body growth was stunted and she was all weird, googly-eyed. And then the other one was missing an eye, had a huge heart, like a hugely enlarged heart. So he'd get tired really quickly and his lungs couldn't keep up. And then they both had issues with their soft palate as well. So on top of that, it was even worse. It was pretty bad. Frenchies are known for flat face and all that jazz. Yeah, they're known for their health issues. Yeah, that same with King Charles Spaniels and pugs as well. You good? Freedom Premium. Yeah. Yeah. We feed our puppies premium. We feed our puppies like better than people.
We feed ourselves pretty well too.
We feed ourselves very well as well, but like, considering there's people like out here in the country who do not eat as well as our dogs do.
There's definitely dogs who can eat as well as dogs.
There is absolutely, well, yeah. I was going to say Henry didn't.
Some dogs don't get to sleep on the bed.
They don't.
Or
this
even
is
come
true.
into the house. And that's just wrong.
That is wrong. People should not do that to their dogs.
All dogs should be allowed to sleep on the bed?
Correct. They do also have to be clean to do that, though. So if you're not cleaning your dog, then they can't be on the bed. Lou sleeps on the bed every night, yeah. Henry sleeps on us every night. So he's definitely on the bed.
I mean, he sleeps on us. So.
No dogs outside. Hey, it's just cruel to keep them outside. He uses your butt as a pillow on occasion. Sleeps on the hubby. Speaking of the hubby, how is Rob doing? Robbie boy? He was Ubering, last I heard. He's good. He stopped that totally? Yeah, that's fair. I was gonna say, I didn't want to say it at the time, but like, Uber's not great. It's not great for the people who work for it, especially not now. It used to be pretty good, but they kind of got dodgy with some of their practices. They definitely didn't have their workers at heart. He hated it. Now he's working on his own, full time. Very nice. The gaming company. I haven't gotten around to reviewing and playing a Let's Play of his game yet. So I will have to organize a date for that, because I am overdue. Just on his own, working on his own project. Very nice, very nice. Ah, awesome. Thank you. Yeah, so I will probably be doing that once I get back, so November-ish. Because it is on the list. I've got it on my very long list of things to do. I definitely want to check it out and give it a proper go. I've been trying not to play it so that I don't ruin it for myself, for like spoil the storyline, because I want to react to it in real time. But yeah, it's finding time to play it is tricky. But I'll have a little bit more time come November, which will be good. Hydrate. It's no problem at all. Just enjoy playing it. Or just play it. Yeah. I shall. How long have we been going for? 2 hours. Not bad, not bad. See, this is the problem with me saying I'm going to speedrun it. We definitely haven't been speedrunning it. I was planning on just doing, like, you know, 10 images a stream, be, like, really quick, sketchy about it, and then, like, just do really simple stuff. And I just have not done that. Every single time I've been like, oh yeah, I'll just do a little bit of something. And I'll, like, you know, I'll color them later, or I'll worry about that later. And then I didn't. I've just been putting a lot of time and effort into each one, which makes them look really good, so I'm happy about that. But it is definitely, it's definitely taking me a lot longer to get all these done than I was initially expecting, which is always the way. It's going to be at Switch at some point. Ooh, that'll be exciting. Yeah, I did know that it was like cross-platforming and stuff. So that's cool. And now that the patch is out, things are working a bit better, supposedly. Which is good. It's what you want from a game. It's already cross-platform. Oh, cool. Yeah, it'd be cool to have the comics. If you could send them through, that would be awesome. See if I can. Store page. How do I share? Here we go. Yeah, so ladies and gentle fish, go and check it out. Winter's Ember. Or Winter Ember. Like I said, I haven't done my review yet. I haven't played through the game. So I can't say for certain that it is the most awesome game ever. However, you should go and check it out. Because an awesome, very talented game designer made it. And we will be playing it on the channel, so you know, if you wanna wait until I do so, and you can check out whether or not it's sort of right for you, feel free to do so. But yeah, it looks like a really cool game, and the story behind it is great. I've been doing a little bit of research on it, or at least I have in the past, in preparation, and it seems like a really cool story. I'm looking forward to playing through it. It will actually be one of the few times that I actually pay attention to the story of a game, because I never do that. Much to the chagrin of all the people who I play with. Cog, for example, hates that I do not pay attention to any of the story in Sea of Thieves. I paid like almost no attention to the story in Grand Theft Auto. I paid practically no attention to what was it? There was another game recently that I was playing that I paid no attention to the story. I can't remember what it was, but yeah, I've done it quite a few times. Check out Famous Chris and his new world art. Famous for Mead. It was written by a famous writer, actually. Okay, cool. Rob wrote it, and then it was rewritten by Kevin Grugviol. Cool. Yeah, I'm terrible for not paying attention to stories in games. Because I'm like, the mechanic of the game should tell me what the story is. But that's not how that works most of the time. And then people get shitty at me because I'm like, I'm not paying attention. I'm just sort of like trying to play the game. One of the few ones recently that I have been playing that I really love, I would absolutely recommend this game. Now that we're doing game recommendations, Sable is just had its 1 year. Let's see if I can get it. I would say for this one in particular, unlike Winter Ember, Sable, I think you wait until it's on special to store page, because it's usually. Oh, there we go. Okay, so it's usually $35. It's currently $14. So buy it right now. This game is fucking adorable. And the story is great. It's very simple, but it's so pretty. It's such a pretty game. There we go. There's the Steam link. It's on special at the moment. It's like 60% off, so it's definitely worth picking up if you have $14-15 to spare, and you want a new game to play. It's like an exploration RPG type thing. It's just super pretty. The story is really cute. It's not like super in depth, but it's got this like nice, like vibey type story, with like interesting characters, and you can tell they've really tried to put the effort into like filling out the world. So if that's your vibe, if like RPG coming of age stories are your vibe, post-apocalyptic worlds, then that game is definitely for you. And you should check it out. Do I know about Temtem? It's like Pokemon. Yes. It's like $60 or some bullshit. So I haven't bought it yet. But a lot of people have been telling me to get it and play it. But from what it sounds like, what people have been telling me, it's like a full Pokemon game. Like it is basically a Pokemon ripoff, but like they've got 6 worlds or something to explore through, or 6 regions to explore through, and all this content. One of my friends, Firelight Chaos, is currently streaming it with some friends, so it's a bit pricey, but it's pretty good. I have heard good things, so yeah, that might be a thing I check out. All right, how's this looking? This is looking pretty Gouda. We're looking pretty Gucci, as the kids would say. Do the kids still say Gucci? The kids do still say Gucci.
They definitely still say Gucci.
I think they say it ironically, though, now.
Yeah, but things that are said ironically eventually just become the thing again.
Yeah, I
That's
guess.
how it works.
Yeah. It loops back, doesn't it? So it starts out legitimate, and then it becomes ironic, and then it becomes unironic for a short period of time, and then it becomes cringe. That's how the world works, right?
Yes.
We're so old.
Yes.
Alright, that's looking much better. Much cleaner. Alright, so let's start coming back in and color mapping in here. I'd like a dark maroon. There we go. That'll do. This, a deeper red. Oh. So we'll get at least this one done, I think, before we go anywhere or do anything. You have to go? All good. No worries. You're a bit wrecked? Yeah. No, that's totally fair. You go and rest. It is very important. Self-care. Look after yourself. Make sure you get enough to eat and drink and rest. Because they are all very important things. And we will catch you next Wednesday, probably. For more arting. Da, 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 da. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for the chats. Much appreciated. Does always make the stream more fun and more interesting when there's people in the chat hanging out and chatting along. Good night to Lizzie Bell.
Good night.
And Cog. I think Cog might be doing something else in the background. But yes, always welcome. Join anytime. Night. Yeah, if you haven't, ladies and gentlemen, go and check out those two games that I linked in there. Winter Ember is a game by Barbie's Hubby, as well as an international studio. So it's a group of international artists and writers and programmers who put together as an independent group this very awesome action RPG. It's got like stealth and crafting mechanics and some very interesting like fighting and puzzle solving systems. So go and check it out. It's like a beast in and of itself, and it's very worth it. Even though I haven't played through much of it, I played a little bit. Just to get a feel for the game to begin with, before I do my review. Yeah, definitely worth checking out. And then Sable, the other one, is definitely worth checking out if you've got that like explory vibe. You wanna explore a world and check out all the intricate details and all the pretty things and do quests and stuff like that. That's if that's your vibe, then you will absolutely love Sable. And then also, shameless plug, my merch store, ladies and gentlemen. So, I have an art store. I have my Etsy, but there's not a lot on there at the moment. But the Redbubble has a whole bunch of new things that have gone up there. Go and check them all out. And then on top of that, it's got all my merch, so you can check out my lovely art and then get to be able to wear it, which is awesome. I don't know if I have anything on at the moment. Oh, I do. I've got my lovely koi. Sort of hard to see, but there you go. So that's one of the designs that are up there. And there will be more coming up, so probably not before we go away in October, but once we come back, there will definitely be some more art going up onto the merch store, which you will then be able to wear or have as a poster on your wall or as a canvas. There's like literally anything you can think of. Well, not literally anything, but like shower screens, clocks, notebooks. You can get my art on a clock. That's how extensive this ridiculous store is, that has my merch in it. Go and check it out, ladies and gents.
Why doesn't your Storm in a Bottle come on a clock? Because I've just scrolled through it and it's not on a clock. I feel like you've lied to me.
I apologize, not all of them are clockable.
Whoa. Rude.
I can put that one specifically on there if you would like.
No, it's okay. I don't like clocks. They tick.
This is true. That is what they do.
I hate it. Can't sleep in a room with a clock.
Can't sleep in a room with a clock?
And if I was
Really?
in the bedroom, there was a clock out here, there's a chance I'd still be able to hear it anyway.
Wow. Why did I not know this about you?
Because we never have clocks in the house. Have you not noticed
Yeah,
that?
that's
I
fair.
don't have a watch even.
That's fair. So, at my mum's old place, there was a clock in the kitchen.
Yeah, but it was in the kitchen. It's alright.
Okay. It's not something you were just, like, secretly hiding from me that you couldn't sleep every time you were there.
No, I couldn't hear it from the bedroom, so it was fine. If I could hear it from the bedroom, it'd be a problem.
Okay, cool.
We also have fans on a lot, which helps.
Yeah. Yeah, I really appreciate the white noise of a fan.
Yeah. Hey, I found a clock. I can get it in an acrylic block.
Yeah, you can get it on an acrylic block.
Yeah, so, ticking in a bedroom specifically, I cannot handle.
Fair enough.
If we went to stay somewhere and there was a ticking clock, I'd need to take the batteries out.
Well, that's fair. I'm pro that as an idea. It's weird, but I'm,
Well, no, because you can hear it, and it's not a white noise. It's a noise that your brain focuses on.
Does your brain focus on it?
Mine does.
Okay, fair enough.
So when I'm having a nap on my night shift breaks, there is a clock in the room.
Oh no.
And I have to put on, like some white noise or some brown noise on my phone in order to drown out the noise of the clock, or else I can't nap.
Fair.
Because I can't reach the clock to...
But also ridiculous.
I mean, this is not just a me. This is a thing that people experience.
Is it though?
Yes. I can get the arbitrator and a scarf.
Yeah, you can get an arbitrator scarf.
Doesn't make any sense.
You can get a puppy mush mimic scarf, I think.
Puppy mushroom?
Yeah. So as in a scarf for puppies with the mush mimic design
Pet
on it.
bandana. You can.
There you go, pet bandana. Probably not. There's a scarf.
That is mushroom. Oh wait, no, yes there is. Giant.
Pretty sure it's the same size as the scarf for the other one, for the arbitrator.
Hopefully is, then we're both giant. appreciate, compared to your old store, that there's multiple styles of t-shirts specifically.
Yeah.
Because I have preferences in how I like my t-shirts to sit.
Agreed. So I was really bummed out by the fact that when I was, and this is one of the reasons I moved away from using Streamlabs. So if anybody does use Streamlabs, this is the reason why I don't anymore. One of the reasons, at least. Each item had to be its own thing. So you had a limited number of items you could have in your store, and each like style of shirt counted as its own thing. So if I wanted to have like a women's specific shirt, or if I wanted to have a men's specific shirt, that counted as its own item, rather than just here's a design and then we'll have every type of shirt in the design, or every type of hoodie in the design. I thought that was really stupid and quite frustrating, because it meant that like I couldn't have women's specific designs, I couldn't have women's specific or men's specific things without taking up a slot for my designs, and I could only have so many of those. So that was super frustrating. And then the other issue I was having was like customer support. They were not responsive to customers. They weren't responsive to me. So it just wasn't worth basically struggling through trying to get them to do anything. So that's why I'm no longer with them, if anybody's out there wondering why I've moved to Redbubble. Redbubble does have its own issues, but they're significantly better comparatively, and they also offer a wider range of things. So each artwork design there is available in lots of different products. So you can have hoodies of different varying types, shirts of different varying types, and then even like art prints and stuff, all of the same design, and it doesn't require me to like manually put in each one, which is huge for me, because I'm not going to spend the time putting each of those things in, and also it means that I'm not like taking up a slot of my art for each like individual product. So you benefit, I benefit. Their customer support is much better than Streamlabs. Still not perfect, so that's something I'm going to have to look into, but still significantly better than what we had. If you do end up having any problems, do let me know. Text me straight away, and I will intercede on your behalf. You're welcome to contact Redbubble directly if you like, but I'll also do it on my end as well and see what's up. So don't feel like you have to sort of sit there in silence and wait for something to happen. I will chase it up for you, because if you're going to pay for a thing and you're paying me and them, I would like you to be able to get the thing you're supposed to be getting. Let's chuck a middle layer in here, just because we're going to darken some sections, and I don't think I need to put some shading in. I don't think I need to do it on the top layer. Because this is actually what I want from this. Just a little bit of colorization. Just put some shadow into some of this. Oh. What have I done?
What have you done?
There we go. Fixed it. Ba 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 ba. We? Okay. You away to bed, my love. You are welcome. Also, you are silly.
Pardon?
Also, you are silly.
Why am I silly? What did I do? Well, let's go to bed. Worked all day.
That's not why you're silly.
Well, I don't know what else it could possibly be.
Uh-huh. He'll move once you head out, I'm sure. You're the best. Nice bum. You're welcome. Oh, my back. Crick, 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 crick. Yes, love.
new treats in the pantry.
There might be a lot of new treats in the pantry. What of it?
I was having to get myself a small snack before bed. And there were a lot of new treats in the pantry.
You're not feeling well.
You didn't know I wasn't feeling well when you went shopping?
Busted.
You just wanted treats.
I did just want treats.
And so you bought treats for me too.
I did.
Thank you. Some chocolate biscuits?
Oh, yeah, I'd have a couple of chocolate chip biscuits. We're supposed to be on a diet, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, I can see that you've already opened these chocolate chip biscuits. So, you can't judge me for this.
Oh, I'm not judging you at all. I'm the one who bought them.
It was a very good purchase indeed.
I thought so. Did I do that wrong? Hmm?
You've had more than a couple.
No, I have. I only had a couple. Does it look like I've had more than a couple?
Pardon?
Does it look like I've had more than a couple?
The whole first row was missing.
Ah. No, I think they just fell out of the packet.
That's alright then. I mean, either one's alright. You can eat as many treats as you like.
No, I only had 2.
Well, you're getting 4 now.
Oh, 4.
Yeah.
Spoiled.
Well, 2 didn't feel like enough. It has to be an even number.
That's fair. I'm saying it's fair because I want that many.
So you're not going to judge my insanity?
No. I never judge your insanity.
Maybe you should.
I might call you out for it. I might tell you should go to therapy. I'm not
You
going
know
to
who else
judge
should
you.
go to therapy?
How dare. Clint, go to the dentist. Habitual reaction. I don't know. It was supposed to be for the floor gods, but then we gave them some of ours, so.
And they went to bed.
And then they went to bed.
I mean, the floor gods would have them. We could also eat it.
Yeah, we could eat it. Have it tomorrow if you want it. Put it in the fridge. How dare you gonna make people think I'm British or something? Apologies, Cog. I'm just being a shit. You know me. Just teasing. Oh, those are good bickies. I am. What song are we currently listening to? The Cynic at the Ends of Time and Nothing. Okay. Yeah, bickies. Good bickies too. What's the time? 11 o'clock. Stream for a little bit longer. We might, I think we're almost finished this one, so we might start the next one. We probably won't finish it. But I think getting sort of 2 done this stream. Probably not. thank you though. Time to get a watch. Ah, boom boom. Alright, there you go, Cog. There is your... Oh, no, I see a thing that needs fixing. Sorry, I preempted it. Should have slowed down. Slow down. Apologize. Almost there. Almost there. So, for those who don't know, some context here. Cog has a timer, a book timer for his competition, which is a candle on a book that like slowly drips down because it's on fire. Here is my representation of that. Ta-da! I think I might want to put something on this page, this side of the page. But I'm not sure yet. I might do some more of this, like, scrolling across there, but I got to figure out what I want to do and how I want to do it. For now, that's probably good enough. So I'm happy with that. Yeah, this looks pretty cool. I like this. Okay, so I'm gonna save it and then merge everything, which is silly because that's it. That's the whole thing. Good. All right. Book. And then we scroll up here, and then scroll down to here, and then we fucking cross out book because we're done. And then we have to figure out what we're going to do next. Get rid of book and go to the next layer. And we'll add in a few more. Alright, we've got options now. So let's take a little break. Let's just chill. I'll scroll over so that you can actually see what we're looking at. So we've got Journey. Journey's going to be one of my urban druid characters, my self-insert arts. So we can save that for another time, I think, probably. Crawley. My problem with Crawley for number 4 is going to be very close to number 30, Skittering. And it's also probably going to be very close to number 21, Insect. So those 3 are probably going to be pretty much the same thing. Or something like that. Unholy, number 15, is going to be a, like necromantic cleric type character. I was going to do a D&D style action character with like all these like death vibes as my Unholy, because I thought that would be cool. Scarecrow, we could do a cool Scarecrow, or like so we could either do a scary Scarecrow, which is like an anti-paladin. Yes, exactly. That's what I was going for. There's definitely like Death Domain Cleric, or a what are they called? Death Knights? There's like an anti-paladin, like a death paladin. An unholy paladin. Yeah, so that's an option. For the Scarecrow, we could either go cartoony and cutesy, or we could go or we could do like a scary Halloween-y type one. So there's 2 options for that. Lace is just going to be like intricate lace details on like a sexy character. So we're just going to have like a pin-up style thing. So we'll do that later. We're probably not going to do that one on stream. Freg, we're going to do a Freg. It's just going to be a cute Freg, or it'll be a realist, like a realism Freg. I'm not sure yet. Empress, I want to do like a really high detail, like flowing. There's an artwork. It's on my Instagram, and it's like an ink drawing that I did, like ink and water wash. I want to do something very similar to that style. Actually, I might have it. No, I don't have it in this book. Do I have it in the other book? No, that book's not here, unfortunately, so I can't show you. Actually, no, I can go onto my Instagram. That's what I can do. Instagram. And if it will load up, I can show it off. Is it not here? There we go. I want to do something very similar to this for lace, not for Empress, as this design. And I think for lace, I was going to do something kind of like this, but like sexier. Like anyway, you get the gist. You get the gist. Yeah. So those unholy, sparkly. I don't know what to do. I was thinking like a wand or something, and then some sparkles. I'm not sure. I can't think of something better for that. Maybe like gems, like a series of different gemstones. That might be cool. And do them in like an interesting style. Storefront is just going to be a storefront, so I just want to do like a street side. And what I think I'll do is I'll try and make it like a rural-esque, but like, I don't know, set in Japan somewhere. Sparkly, a Pikachu? No. We're not doing a Pikachu. I refuse. Fluffy is going to be some adorable little fluff ball. Or some terrifying Furby-esque monstrosity. One of the two. Trouble, I don't know. I don't know what to do for Trouble. Like, I legitimately am not sure what to do for Trouble. Insect will just be a bug. Some kind of bug. Hug, I want to do like a cutesy, huggy thing. But I think also there is the opportunity for some awful monstrosity with like lots of lots of arms that's like trying to hug people. I think that would be cute. But I have a feeling for Hug, I'm probably going to do like one of those, like it's a cactus with arms. It's like, why won't you give me a hug? Burger, I just want to do like a really nice, like super juicy fucking realism burger. Bat, I don't know. I had two options. One was really stupid, which was just a baseball bat with bat wings, because that would be funny. And then the other one was like, I should do like a cutesy cartoony bat, just because I knew you would like it, Cog. Dragon, we already know what we're going to do for dragon. We're just going to do a dragon. But I've got a nice drawing of 9 dragons that I need to color in, so I might just use that. But we'll see. It depends how much I want to follow the you have to do it specifically for the thing rather than do it ahead of time. And I technically did the dragons for Burning Man, so hat, I don't know. Well, I'll draw a flat cap because, of course. Menace, I was really tempted to do like a playing card with a man on it and then an ace, because it's like man ace. Anyway, but we'll see. Sink, I'm just gonna do like a kitchen sink. Grim, I am unsure, because there's lots of options for that. But probably something skeletal. Skittering, similar to the Crawley issue. Skittering is more sporadic than crawling. Yes. However, they're all kind of the creepy bug type vibe, so... And then Spoopy. Doing something spoop. At the end. I reckon what I'll do for that is like a skeleton band or something that's like, you know, spoop. So those are options. I'm going to have a think about what I need to do for those, and I'm going to go to the toilet. So, here's a lemon. Enjoy a lemon while I'm away. Hello, I'm back, everybody. Apologies about the break. Alright, let's figure out what we're gonna do. As a thing. Sync. Let's do a sync. Because fuck it, it'll be funny. 28. Sync. Ba 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 ba. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba. Wah, 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 wah. Ba-da-ba-ba. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. 28. Sick. Ugh. That's awful. Let's fix that up a bit. This isn't even the important part, but I'm like, I gotta do it properly. Tell I'm getting tired. That's why I don't understand people who like stream for multiple hours. Not multiple hours, but like many, many hours in a day. Because I get too tired. Can't concentrate for that long. I mean, I guess if I was like playing a game or something and I'm more focused on something, then it's alright. But like, just being on my own, having to talk. Maybe I'm trying too hard. Maybe that's the problem. I figure what I should do at some point in one of these streams. I don't know when I'll do it, so it won't be today, but like... Oh! I should do a, like a speed dating, stream. Where I essentially just go through, like, all the stupid first date questions, that they, like, recommend you ask someone on your first date. Yeah, and then like work out my answers to all of those stupid questions, because you just know inevitably there's going to be some stupid shit that we can talk about in there. Because there's some really good, interesting ones, and then there's some that are just like fucking stupid. And I think it's on purpose, but like, if you don't know what I'm talking about, basically speed dating is a thing where you go to a location, or you can do it online, but it's mostly at locations, like a bar or something, and you have like 5 or 10 minutes to like talk to a person. And then you like note down things about them, and then like a ringer goes, and then you like move to the next table, which has another person on it. And the idea being that like, if you really connect with someone, you can ask for their phone number, or their contact details, usually directly to them, but also as a like, to the organizer. If you're like particularly anxious and shy or whatever, like it's different for different events, because they're like set up for different sorts of people, and the idea is it's like blind dates, but like 20-30 people, like 20-30 dates in an evening. Maybe not that much, but anyway, And so they like have, usually they'll have like some suggestions of like things you should talk about. So they'll have like a set of questions or something that you should start with, or topics you should start with. And then there's also like people who have tried to like game the system, and some of these people are pickup artists, and that's awful, because pickup artistry is just shitty anyway. And we can get into a discussion about that at some point, I'm sure. But they've like come up with a set of questions, and the idea behind these questions is essentially to root out people with like red flags, or to make sure that the person you're talking to is like serious about certain things, or is open to other things, and that's essentially sort of the concept behind it. So there's a bunch of these like opener questions, or like get to know you questions as a thing, and we should totally just go through them because it would be funny. And there's like the usual fairly inane things, which are just like icebreakers. So to be like, oh, you know, what's your favorite movie? What's your favorite color? And why? You know, what's the best gift you've ever been given? Where's the best place you've ever traveled to? If you could have, you know, $1 million, what's the first thing you would buy, or the first person you would tell, and why? That kind of stuff. And they're not supposed to be like super in depth, but they're supposed to like give you the opportunity to suss out what the other person's like. Hi, Henry. To suss out what the other person's like, and then also to like have an opportunity to expand on something that might be of value to you. So, for example, if you're an artist, the what your favorite color question is might be an important one, because like talking about colors and color theory and things like that might be super important to you. And so it might be, hey, get out of it. It might be a topic of discussion that you really want to lean into. Sort of twofold. One, that it shows what you're passionate about. Passion subjects tend to be things that people like to hear about. But then also because, you know, if you are an artist, there's a very high likelihood then that you're going to want the person that you're with to at least have a cursory interest in art. If they don't, then the relationship might not go very far. As someone who has had relationships not go very far because the person has not been interested in art or artistic pursuits, it is important to do that, to get that as a thing. But yeah, so that's an interesting thing. But also, it'll just be funny to go through like stupid topics, and it will give you more of a sense of who I am for those of you who don't know me. Because I know there's a few who watch the content who don't know me in real life and don't know what I'm like. It might also stop us from just devolving into political conversations, as we are occasionally oft doing. I was gonna say just occasionally, but you know, that's not correct. We are oft ending up in political subjects that get me in trouble. So that'll be a thing that we'll do eventually. I don't know if we'll have it as a, like, you know, group challenge redemption thing, or if it'll just be a, you know, oh, here's, you know, our anniversary of when we started streaming or something, and so we'll do it then. Some crap like that. But yeah, that's a thing we can do, which I think will be fun. In quotation marks. Just because I notice when there's no one in the chat, I start rambling. Just go on tangents about things. I get complainy. My Englishman comes out. British heritage starts to show. Ladies and gentlemen, just so you are aware, it is September. That means it is September. So subscriptions are cheap at the moment. If you would like to subscribe to the channel, it would be super appreciated. Do not feel you have to, but just if you weren't aware, it is cheaper at the moment. If you were planning to subscribe at some point, now is a great time to do so. I believe it's 30% off. I don't know if that scales. If it's even more percentage off for like longer terms, because you can purchase subscriptions ahead of time, do like 6 months at a time or whatever, or 3 months. Don't know if that scales, but you know, even 1 month is super appreciated. But don't feel you have to. This content is always going to be here for you guys, as long as I can make it. I'm gonna be here making it for you guys. So don't feel you have to subscribe if you don't have the money, or if you're just, you know, not super keen. I'll still be here making the art, doing the do, having the chill vibes. So here's the real question, I guess, for this one, this particular artwork. What do we put as the background? Clean this up a little, and then we'll color it in, and then see how we go from there. Hope everybody is having a good day / evening / morning, /night. Whatever it is for you. My day's been pretty good. It's been pretty chill. We've been ritualing for Ostara, and then just keeping the house in order, tidy. Went to the shops to pick up some stuff for some mead production because we make a little bit of mead. Anybody's interested in brewing, brewcraft? Do a bit of that. I need to figure out how to do freeze distillation, frost distillation, because I have some older mead that wasn't as good. I don't know what it was. I'm not sure if it was just the recipe that I used, because I try and change up the recipes a little bit. Not too much, but just enough to like make each batch a little different. If something really works, I'll like remake a batch, but I try and change it up a little just so that I have a little bit of variety and things are sort of progressing, and that way I'm more likely to find something really good later on. But yeah, just at the moment, I had a batch that wasn't as good, and it wasn't terrible. It's just it was bland, and the alcohol content isn't super high on it. I don't know. There was a problem with fermentation, and there was a problem with the recipe. It was a little lacking, and there was just something in it that didn't like translate well. And so I filtered it to try and clean it up a little because it had a bit of a funk to it. Not bad, but just like the flavor wasn't particularly strong. It wasn't masking much, and then like the sugar had gone out of it, but the alcohol content hadn't gone much higher. So it was like, it was dry and like didn't have an amazing taste. There wasn't much to the taste, and then also it had a little bit of a like leftover funk in it. So I was trying to figure out what I could do with it, and then I figured if I can manage to freeze distill it and up the and do a decent job of upping the alcohol content in it, then I will be able to basically use it to fortify the other alcohols that I've got, the other mead runs that I've made, the other batches. And that will probably be the best thing I'll ever be able to do with it. Also, if I can freeze distill it just right, and I can do enough of it, and if it's not too difficult of a process, I could start making some nice honey liqueur, some mead liqueurs. Because I actually do prefer, I like mead, but I prefer a mead liqueur. Meados makes a really good mead liqueur. It's like 20%, so it's not like a really high spirit, but it's good, and it's very sweet and tasty. I quite like it. So if I could make my own with the mead I've already got, that would be fucking awesome. So I've got to figure out how to do that as a thing. But I know kind of theoretically how it works, and you know that it is possible. But I don't know exactly the best way to do it. And I also don't know what like the upper limits and the lower limits of it will be. So like, how much can I actually get out of it? How much percentage am I actually going to go up by each time I do it? And when I do, what am I losing? That kind of stuff. Like how much volume am I going to lose? Like what's the angel share kind of thing. But that's all stuff I'll figure out when I do my research. So if anybody does know in the chat about it, feel free to drop me a little explanation. But yeah, sort of as far as I know so far is, our ancestors have been doing it for quite some time. Basically, you leave a decent amount of it, a decent amount of mead, in a particularly cold place. So how it was done traditionally, at least, put it in a barrel. Usually an open barrel, and let ice form at the top, and because the alcohol freezes at a much higher temperature than the water does in the mix, then you're essentially just taking out like chunks of pure water, or pure-ish water, and replacing it, concentrating down the alcohol inside, which, yeah, sounds great to me. But like I said, figuring out exactly how that works is going to be the trick. So how cold I need to get it and what temperature I need to stay at, because obviously I can't let it go too cold, otherwise it'll freeze some of the alcohol, or it'll freeze some of the like flavors out of it, losing some of the oils or the particulates and stuff into the ice, and if we do that, then we'll lose flavor, we'll lose sugars and good things, and we don't want it to just be alcohol. Essentially, we would like it to also taste good. And like if by freeze distilling it we lose a lot of the flavor and it just makes a spirit that we can use to fortify other alcohols, that's probably fine too. But we'll have to work out like exactly how much we can get out of it, because there's going to be no point doing it if what we get out of it is going to be like minimal yield, basically. Yeah, so that's what's on my mind at the moment. Freeze distilling. I would also like to just set up a distillery. Probably a pot still, copper pot still in the back. And start distilling out, make some moonshine, make some vodka, and some mead liqueur would be nice. But there's some fuss about the legality of those things, which has never really fussed me all that much before. But the bigger issue is stills can be dangerous, and with puppies, it's not a great idea to have something that just continually runs. I don't really have, we've got a tiny shed. We don't have a big shed that I could do work in. When we move down to Melbourne, that is absolutely something that I'm going to look into. Setting up a big shed for my studio, setting up a big shed for probably like a distilling, and then having like a little farm plot, eco farm plot. Because we want to do some fairly sustainable permaculture type things, and have a little edible garden. That's important to us. And I think it will help a lot with, all the shit that's going on. there's going to come a time when we're going to need to be able to be fairly self-sufficient. So solar panels, generators, farms, things that we can set up for ourselves. Water pump, rainwater tanks, little windmill, maybe a hydro mill, depending on how and where we set up, so that we can make flours and breads. But yeah, that'd be my goal one day, to have like, maybe not a majority, but like a goodly portion of like the things that we use and consume to be stuff that we've actually made ourselves. So we're going to try and make Druid Sanctuary one day, and so that will have like sustainable tree plantation, so that we can have wood that is sustainably farmed, and then that will be used to build our structures, and for like various woodworking and things like that. And then also we'd have the farm for food, have some animals, probably some chickens, because you can't go wrong with chickens. Chickens are great, but we need some more room, and we need the time to be able to like actually set up and look after all this stuff. That's the other problem with this concept, this thing I want to do, thing we want to do, because we sort of all want to put this together. But yeah, it's going to be time consuming. It's going to be costly. It requires a lot of land to pull it off. But if we can do it, then it will be definitely to our benefit. And it will help. It'll help basically shore us up if anything should happen in the future. You know, heaven forbid one of us loses our jobs, or gets injured, or a great plethora, many things. If we have all this already set up, then it makes life much easier. Or if the world goes to large-scale war. Just to be a little pessimistic. Yeah, being able to have your own food and your own wood supplies and your own everything basically will be super important, because that was one of the big things that like the pandemic showed a lot of people, but like I noticed specifically a lot of the things that like I've been doing with my art, of being like, oh yeah, these are things that I could do long term and stuff, or like if worst comes to worst, go and do some carpentry, go and do some construction work, do some artwork, stuff like that. But then as soon as the pandemic hit, I noticed, oh shit, like all of the things I need for supplies, wood, wire, metalwork, like even some of the digital stuff of like the things that were coming in for like working with Amazon, for example. All that kind of goes out the window when like shit hits the fan. And that's a big problem for us if we're relying on those things. So like wood becomes super expensive because they can't ship it anywhere because there's no shipping. All that kind of stuff. Anyway, I'll stop depressing you all now. I think I've been staring at this blue for too long. I'm gonna... Whoa. There we go. Actually, I should... I'm gonna check. Now that we've changed it back. Oh, that's pretty good. That's pretty vibrant. Happy with that. Lemon looks good. It actually looks a little better. Yeah, that looks fine. Yeah, that looks fine. And I think I did that one when it was still white. Cool, perfect. I was just thinking because I put on the blue background because I've been staring at white for too long, and it was starting to fuck with my eyes, which happens. So if you're doing digital art, or if you're doing art for a long time and you're staring at the same canvas for ages, it can kind of start to mess with your eyes a little. So you do need to be careful of that. But also it can start to mess with your like with your adjustment to color. So you can start seeing the wrong color, and if you're going for a specific color and a specific theme. Oh, the book, that's what I didn't check. Oh no, yeah, no, that's fine. It looks fine on a white background. No issues there. Yeah, very light grey. This. Yeah, so I changed it to blue. On someone's suggestion. I think it might have been Cog's suggestion, but I don't remember. Sorry, Cog. Ugh. Is that the right copper color? Yeah, that's close enough. For now, anyway. Blue and red. I am aware that they're pointing in two different directions and that's wrong, but I just don't care enough to fix it. Sorry, guys. Yeah, so just like staring at the same thing for too long, your eyes start to like bug out, essentially. You can't really tell the difference between the colors anymore. And if you're working on something that's like very color specific, then you can end up getting it wrong, and that's super frustrating. Ugh, my nose is all blocked. Blech. This is the problem I had earlier today. Been sneezing and congested all day, and it's awful. Trying really hard not to sneeze now because I have sneezing fits, so once I start I don't stop for like ages. It's very awful, so apologies if I'm making noises that make you unhappy, but it's necessary so that I'm not just fucking sneezing at you, because that will be worse, trust me. I've got them dad sneezes. Those are really loud, awful sneezes. Ugh. I could just blow my nose, but it won't really help all that much, and it means I have to go and get fucking tissues. I just want to stay here and finish this. Time is it? It is... Oh, it's almost 12 o'clock. It's probably time to raid out soon. I think we're going to try and raid into the Cognitive Beard, if he's streaming. But something tells me he probably isn't. Mainly that he's in the chat. Gotcha. Oh, check out that sink. That sink's great. Well, would you let that sink in? Boom, boom, boom. Alright, let's see. Not that we're raiding out yet, but just to have a look. Who's on? What's happening? The Viz is on, Ari B is on, Galacticat is on doing some art, Buttery Smooth is on doing some art, Sims is on doing some art, Barrow is on doing some art. Absinthe is doing some art. What is Absinthe doing? Watercolors. Let's have a look. Oh, Firelight Chaos is on doing some Temtem. We might raid into Firelight Chaos, but we'll see. It's very tempting. Now that she's affiliate. Oh, Absinthe has got some very nice art going on at the moment. Anyway, those are good options. Let's finish this sink. Ooh. It is just very stupid that I'm doing a sink. I don't know why. I don't know why I'm doing this. I know it says sink, but like... I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. Anyway. I should probably try and catch more Pokemon tonight, shouldn't I? I've been neglecting the Poke catch thing. It's the problem with art. You just takes you off to another world, and you're sort of stuck with it. Takes over your whole world. Okay, and then we'll do highlights on this side. Something smaller and more. And then, whoop, way too big. There we go. Because we want to. That a little. Want to become famous? I don't think I do. Damn, check out that sink. Motherfucking sink. I have no idea why I drew a sink. Honestly. There's much better options I could have had for this prompt. But apparently I decided sink was the go, so you know, here we are. Kind of feel like a corrugated-y type. Does that work? I think it works. Not like that, it doesn't. But. Sorry, I'm doing the thing where I have to like tilt myself to get the right angle. Apparently, if I had a better if I had a better tablet, I wouldn't need to do this, supposedly. But this is what I got. So this is what I'm doing. But that's a future investment, I think. Not a right now investment. Do I like that? It does just seem like they're not faced correctly. Let's try. Let's try and turn them. So this is the one of saving graces of digital art. Because if something's not right, you can just digitally warp it. And then suddenly it's not a problem at all. Okay. And then just clean up these lines a little. Not too much. Because we do want them to be fairly wispy. Hey, hey. Hey, hey, hey. Oh, there's a lot of alcohol in the bottom there. Whew. Jeez. I did not mix that well. That's because I didn't mix it at all. Ah. There we go. Alright, that's looking pretty good. I think that is probably sync done. I'm just going to add some slight color in here. Just so that it is in fact a like a tube, a pipe, a pip. There we go. Clean up the edges a little. Cool. Cool. That need to fix that. I mean, if I keep sitting here, I'm going to find issues with it, because it's a simple drawing, so the issues are everywhere. And I can just keep fixing it. But I am fairly happy with that. Let's see what it looks like with the blue. Yep, happy days. Although, in saying that, let's get rid of this, and this, and that, and let's clean this up a little, and that. Very good, and then clean this. Said I'll be here cleaning forever. Just, whoop, that's too much. There we go. Just tidying up little things in areas. There is a much more efficient way to do this, but I'm not going to, because that's not how I work. Much to my own annoyance, because I make things harder for myself. Not for anyone else, literally just harder for me. This song reminds me of Burning Man. Cool. Sync. Merge with layer below. Done. Sync. Alright, so that's another one done. Hey. Where are we? Nope. There we go. Sync. Alright, it's 12 o'clock. We've been streaming for nearly 4 hours. I think it's time to raid out. Because we're going to be back tomorrow. Lots of people are probably raiding out soon. So what we're going to do is just open a few of these. Barrow's doing his weekly art along. Galacticat looks like she's finishing up, but she's done cool pet portrait. Firelight Chaos is still streaming some Temtem. Alright, so we could raid fire, we could... Oh no. Galacticat is still ticking along. Alright, it's been a while since we've raided Galacticat, so let's raid into Galacticat. I think that's the go. And we'll raid into fire next time. I think is the go. So thank you everybody for joining us. We have done a few good artworks today. So we've done our lovely sink here. We have done our book, which turned out really well. I'm really happy with that. And finished off our bouquet. So that means we are now at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We are at 10 out of 31 done. So we're a third of the way through. And we've got to get all of this done before October. So we're going to be doing some more. We're definitely going to be doing some over the weekend. We probably won't be streaming it, but we'll see how we go. That's the thing. Anyway, so we're gonna trade out. Yeah, let's exit on the book, I think. And I will catch everyone later. I don't know why it says 1 viewer. Because I know for sure that there's more than one person watching. Anyway, we'll raid and we'll see what happens. Apparently raiding with 1 viewer. Alright. Anyway. Thank you so much. We are back tomorrow. We're probably going to do some RTS or something before we do GTA, but we'll see how we go. I'm not really sure exactly what the plan is, but we'll figure it out. And then we'll catch you guys on the weekend if you're around for Friday night drinks, or I don't know. We'll figure something. Anyway, thank you so much for joining us. I will see you next time. Bye, guys.
Gotta relax.